Yeah, originally I was not going to stream, but until I found out about this Olympic trial tournament, it's very similar to Title Tuesday. Like a lot of title players, I think there's some non-title players, like the winners of the open qualifiers. 83 players total. Thoughts on Ding leaking prep? Yeah, I mean, I found out like a couple hours ago, like right when I woke up. It was all over Twitter and social media. Um, it's crazy, but it's not the first time it's happened. Uh, Obviously, it happened in 2018 with Fabiano, but in a slightly different manner, where it was just like a screenshot of his chess base window was leaked, but not specific games or moves. But yeah, I'm still like I'm still processing it. Because I know Nepo has had like a few anonymous accounts. One of which, like I know, and I've been checking throughout the tournament to see if any of the openings match, which they have not. But he just plays everything online, so maybe he's a bit more unpredictable. But these days, World Championship or not World Championship, it's like a big part of chess preparation is finding your opponent's online accounts. And usually when I play over the board tournaments, I'm able to find my opponent's online accounts like the majority of the time. Even if they try and keep it anonymous, like there's usually ways to dig deeper. A suggestion for puzzle, I could do maybe one puzzle run, puzzle rush, just to wake up and warm up. Do Americans drink oat milk? Actually, I bought more oat milk recently um than I usually do because I discovered it's a good ingredient for smoothies. Is this muted? Oh, this is muted. Turn down the volume a little bit. Yeah, the other day I wanted to go and get a smoothie from the smoothie place, but it was closed. So I looked up the item on the menu that I usually get. It's called a berry boost, and then I queen with check. And then I just saw all the ingredients, and I went to the grocery store. I bought the ingredients, and I made the smoothie, and it was just as good. And it was much cheaper. It was like oat milk, almond butter, banana, some berries. Added some spinach too. I've been having it daily for the last few days. It's not easy to like talk and do these puzzles, but okay, I'm trying. E bishop g4. Oh, I was expecting king h2. Ah. Okay, it's just warm up. um, what is this one? Knight d4, king a2. What is this one? Oh, knight d4, rook c2. Takes. I have two queens. Okay, force mate. It's gotta be this. No, that was a sound. Okay, still some time. E5. No! I don't know what I did wrong there. Take. Do. Okay, 34. What was this final one? Take on b7. Actually trap a rook rather than just attack a rook. Okay.
How was the new extension yesterday? I was too exhausted to gambit my sleep yesterday.
It was...
Also, is this a titled Thursday?
This is an Olympics esports trial. I actually have to put the chat in emote only mode. I'll talk about the extension later, but the tournament's starting in 5 seconds. Emote only mode has been activated. Here we go. Playing first opponent. Yeah, most of the players are title players, but there's some that qualified through the previous qualifiers. And there will be 11 games of 3-2. I'm going to minimize chat completely, so don't want to even be distracted by any emotes. This is this is one of my favorite openings for Blitz. Kind of this London Purits. Yeah, E5 is usually what the engine recommends. There's still some trickiness. I had a game recently, takes, and I took and lost my queen. But Black's under a lot of pressure here. I mean, one threat is G4. And after takes, there's this pin too. I think C5 might be a move. I'm still dealing with some allergies. Okay, let's take. Really? So I win the exchange. I'm thinking, yeah, this looks nice. There's knight d8. Wait, knight d8, rook e8. Or, knight c6. Huh. I'll play knight d5. Knight c6, rook e8. I think it's okay. Maybe not necessary. So I'm preventing knight f6. This was not necessary at all. Wait, e6, knight e7? Take. This is super risky. E6, knight e7. Okay, this is making me happy. Because my rook is no longer in immediate danger. And I can complete development. The bishop's still pinned. We might see b6, bishop b7. But now I have a simple plan of rook d1 and rook d8. Get both rooks on 8th. If I take this, be up a piece. Oh, wait a minute. There's bishop takes e8. Okay, let's take here first. Almost blundered there. We'll trade. Okay, still controlled though. Before... I'll play this first. Idea f3. Maybe knight b5 coming. Oh, let me turn off. Oh, thank you, Swedish. But let me turn off the alerts too. Yeah, this is a more serious event where I can't really have any distraction from chat or sounds. I do appreciate the support. Let's play this. Yeah, I'm not in any rush to trade the knights. I'm gonna get the king in first. Opponent offers a draw. Give me about 27 seconds to think about it. Yeah, and over the board chess, you're not really supposed to allow, or you're not really allowed to offer a draw on your own time. And if you do, your opponent can just ignore you. Some f4 idea. Yeah, just improving. I think now f4. F4, e4. Let's play this first. Some idea to take and then play f4. I just hung a pawn. That's not good. This is not so simple anymore. I was about to blunder a fork there. Oh no. I can't believe I've done this. I think it's a draw now. I'm not sure though. Uh, is there any way for me to crack the position? I think this is gonna be a draw. Oh, that's so disappointing. Um, I'm looking for final tricks, but the king's a bit tied down. Okay, it's a draw. Ah, what to do? Oh, okay. At least I didn't lose. I just hung the f3 pawn for no good reason. Okay, next game. Let me try and recover. Hey, thank you, Lele. Appreciate the raid. Um, yeah, chat is supposed to be in emote only mode. Okay, let's play c5. Also, yeah, if you're just joining, I won't be looking at chat at all during games. Um, this is Olympic trial. Trying to remember my prep here. Bishop e2, okay. And d5 coming. And d5, knight b4. Haven't looked at this in a while. I mean, this is basically the extent of my prep, is black can win back the pawn. Maybe get the bishop pair. Maybe not. Like bishop h6. I think I can play e5. Like e5 is generally logical when you know the bishop's going to be traded. And then like bishop e6, maybe later f5. Oh, there's a funny trick. A knight moves. I have this move. And then, okay. My tricks don't work though. Or do they? Queen g5. Some pressure. I'm threatening mate. Bishop here, I can play knight h3, take, and get slightly better structure. Also, bishop f3, I have bishop h3. There's g3. And still bishop h3. I don't have to move the knight. Thinking bishop f5? No, bishop f5 loses the pawn. Is king h1 a threat? Hmm. Okay, taking time. Looking at bishop e6, king h1, bishop d5, f3, 96, take. Resulting position seems okay. So the line is king h1, bishop d5, f3, 96. And we trade queens, and f3 is a bit vulnerable. Bishop will be nice placed. Okay, now I have to simplify. Probably take the bishop. There's also knight h3. Let's take the bishop. Could play rook c8. Essentially offering the trade. I win c2 in the end. It should be a better ending. Now I have this move. Okay, let me try and convert a winning position. Again, up the exchange for a pawn. Let's not hang a pawn. Yeah, these positions still take work. It takes some level of alertness. Rook c5 first. Knight c6, I have rook e1 check. All about activating the rooks. Rook a2 perhaps. Okay, threatening to take. Not easy. I have this idea though. Yeah, rook d6 was met with rook cd1. Rook c2. Okay. I managed to win a game. So that was round 2. I'm 1.5 out of 2. Thank you, GeoRad. I can, between rounds, I can put chat off emote only. Some strong players here. Jeffrey Zhang, a lot of GMs. 143 players. So I'm tied for top 20. Oh no, Irene missed the first round. Got flagged by the system. It sounds worse than getting flagged by an opponent. Yeah, this is a Swiss tournament, so I basically pulled a Swiss gambit in the first round. Sacrifice half a point. That way I don't play the GMs immediately. How many GMs are in the world currently? There is a site. Okay, here's the information. What was the site? Grandmaster Billionaire Panda? Let me see. Yeah, this site. This site will answer your question. In the world, there are 7.6, oh, now 8 billion people. Maybe it's a little bit outdated. About 1,800 grandmasters, 2,600 and some billionaires, over 2,400 pandas. So your chance of becoming a grandmaster billionaire panda is this. So based on this information, you're most likely to be a billionaire rather than a grandmaster or panda. uh, but yeah, you're more likely to be a panda than a grandmaster. There, oh, there's a few games still going. Oh, black's going this way. Did White have a... No, White didn't have a draw. Wow. Okay, final game. Yeah, the rounds could take longer. Title Tuesday is 3+1. There's actually a pretty big difference between 3+1 and 3+2. With 2-second increment, you can like move around, gain more time, and the seconds add up. Oh, how many red pandas are there? Red pandas are more common than like normal pandas, right? There's at least one red panda in St. Louis at the zoo. I sometimes see it. But they don't look anything like real pandas. They're kind of just like cute raccoons. This should be a draw. Thank you, Chezus. The first time Prime. But yeah, this is a friendly reminder. If you have Prime, you can sub for free. You do have to do it manually every month. It doesn't do it automatically. But super easy way to support the channel. You can do it even if you're not a panda. Okay, back to emote only mode. And let's play D4. Yeah, sticking with my main repertoire. I might throw in some e4, but oh, there's some tricky lines here. Okay, this is generally a pleasant position for white. B6 does not combine well with d5. Now, this diagonal's weak. Ideas of queen g3. I mean, a6 is logical. I'm thinking of taking and playing e4. But maybe I should be a little bit more civil. I think I'll play this. A very civil move. It's a typical idea to get the pawn to h5, and then I can play queen g3 without having to worry about knight h5. The rook will be a bit more useful. I think I'll just castle here. So I'm already threatening to take and win the pawn. There is c4. The c4 I would... Oh, I blundered. How long was this available for? Did I blunder or did I just gab it? How did I do that? Oh, h4 was just a bad move. Or castling was a bad move. Maybe I'll take with king. Okay, some fighting back to do here. What to do? This is not a good position. Bishop d6 is coming. I guess I'll play h5. Bishop d6, bishop g5. h6 is a bit annoying. Just have to develop. Every game I've played thus far in this tournament, someone's been down the exchange, like pretty early on. This time it's me. But as we've seen from the first two games I played, sometimes it's not easy to convert, even with extra material. g4. In a position like this with no open files, the minor pieces are more useful, at least in the earlier stage. It's just later in the endgame the rooks will maybe be very hard to deal with. So queen a5, I have knight c1. Maybe the knight can do some hoppity hoppity. It's not clear where the black king is going to go. Because I'm ready to attack on the king side. Queen side looks iffy too. Might just stay in the center, but then that means the rook can't get in. Next move is probably rook e1. Already fantasizing about sacking. Knight b3, queen a2. Queen c1 there. It's actually a crazy line. See how brave black is. It's risky for both of us, so. I also have king c1 as well. I wasn't sure. I'm losing this pawn. So I'll be down some pawns and exchange. Knight c5 in the air. Okay, let's play king e2. Bishop b5. Some shish kebab. Rook moves, I have 95. Wow. Take, take. I think I just take 95. And this is exactly what I want. What I really, really want. And bishop takes. Along queen a6, but then king f3. Wow. The queen defends. Probably have to play g5 to keep the file closed. Want to take. Can just f3. Wasn't sure. f4 was hanging. There we go. Man. Not in the best form, but somehow managed to win that game. Okay. Hey, it's Vampire Chicken. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, if you're just joining, this is Olympics. The ESports Olympics Series Trial 10, brought to you by Y. It's an 11-round blitz tournament. We're 3 rounds in. I drew my first game. I won the next 2. So I'm 2.5. Still tied for top 20. Actually tied for 9th. Tie breaks aren't the best, but that's okay. Yeah, big thanks to Y for sponsoring this. Y is the predecessor to Z. How many spots are awarded? As far as I could tell, I mean, the whole info I could share this somewhere, maybe. Commands, add Olympics. I'll have an Olympics command. I think 7 players qualify for the finals in Singapore. Only one person from this trial will make it to the preliminaries. So I basically need to win this whole thing. But the way it works is after 11 rounds, the top 4 players will have a playoff. So essentially, I need to finish top 4 and then win the playoff. It's a very tall task, but we'll see what happens. The main goal is to have fun and learn a thing or two, get a little bit better at chess, hopefully. Thank you to You're a Series Star. Welcome back. Yeah, I probably won't be playing Safford today. Unless I get really tilted. We'll see. I'm also curious. I'm not sure if there's any breaks. Please check your messages during the break. Uh-oh. How do I check my messages? Also, why am I not logged in on another tab? Messages. I received no messages. Okay. So I think I'm okay. Yeah, this is the esports Olympics. So it's still like from the official Olympic organizing body. Like they can use the logo and name and everything. But I think it's different than like the sports Olympics. I'm not sure which other. I think there's a few other video games, but I'm actually not so knowledgeable. And this game was a mess. I should actually check the opening, because it's a rare line, but it happens sometimes. So knight c3, a6. h4 is probably the wrong move. Knight ge2. Oh, engine. Is there any way to change the engine settings? There's Komodo. I just want Stockfish 15 though. Yeah, I thought this was a playable line. So let's say e6. Then go for g4. So basically wait until black plays e6. And what if knight c6? Then castle. Okay, and then I guess knight e2 has the benefit of blocking the diagonal. That makes some sense. A lot more useful than h4. Why do title players not use eval bar? Yeah, I know eval bar is a popular thing to use. Usually if I'm working with the engine, what matters most is like the valuation and the lines. So even if I had eval bar turned on, I wouldn't be looking at it. I'd be looking more at the lines and kind of seeing what types of things the engine will say will unfold, if that makes sense. And sometimes the eval bar is just not accurate too. Or the evals in general, like sometimes you have to play through a line to get a more accurate evaluation. Oh, analysis will have Stockfish 15? Oh, wow. So I can see the difference between stockfishes. I wonder what the difference is. So this says 92. But it could also be interesting to see uh, the difference on MAGMAchess too. Let's see. So if I put in the same opening, let's see if there's any differences. Nope. Okay. New game. Emote only mode. Wait. I heard the sound, but there's... Oh, new tab. Okay. Oh, I'm playing Bortnik. Emote only mode is on. Okay. Here we go. D5. I feel like we played this line before. Interesting. Take. I'll play 92. It's some like delayed Banco Gambit. Looks manageable though. Could take the knight and play like knight c4. The rook wants to be on a3. There's compensation for black though. Thinking like bishop d2. Idea bishop c3. And just neutralize the pressure. Knight serves a good purpose defending the pawn. So queen b7, bishop c3. Queen b3 takes. Maybe I start with rook a3. Just prophylaxis. Allow bishop b2, but I think I have rook b1 there. There's knight b6 though. Okay, with bishop c3 now. You could also just play b3. Under some pressure. Take. I have to take. Or do I? Probably do. Yeah. Can't be spending too long. E5 idea. Should probably play H4 when I get the chance. F4 is not legal. It's a pretty safe position. F4 now? 4 is a little bit too risky though. E5? Not good. No, my rook. I was losing anyway, though. Well played. What to do? That's so sad. At some point, it seemed like he was almost over pushing. In a game like this, it's so tricky though. Because it turned into a 3-result game. Wow, so white's already worse. After g5. Okay, it should still be equal, but it's one of these messy equal evaluations. Okay, so that was my first loss. I'm 2.5 out of 4. I'm catching up to do. 145 players in the tournament. There's one game going. Oh. Okay, this is the longest game of the round. When was the last capture? Oh, they're approaching. Every time a move is made, it resets. Okay, so move 73. So move 123 will be 50 move rule. Yeah, you imagine the Grandmaster will be able to defend, but with the time situation, it's not always so easy. Let me turn on the heart rate monitor. Heart was beating that game. Hopefully it's still beating. Yeah, 10 more moves. Yeah, white really not making any progress. It can be frustrating more for white sometimes than for black. Just to chase the king to the edge. Okay. So next game starting very soon. I'll probably be black. I think last 2 games in a row I was white. So my repertoire today, I guess I'm leaking all my prep with all the games I'm playing online. But today's repertoire will be Sicilian against e4 and like QGD against d4. Maybe Cambridge Springs, maybe like some offbeat tricky lines. Oh, 6-minute break. Really? Do they say when the breaks are? Oh, we have a break timer. Wait, there's breaks after round 4 and 8. Oh, I thought there was a break after round 3 too. Okay. Well, there's more time to chill. I'm probably going to take a small break then, and I'll be back in a moment. So stay tuned for more Olympics chess. Okay. Be sure to check messages on the breaks. I'm pretty sure I won't be invited to the Zoom call. I only get invited to the Zoom call if I'm doing really well and they need to check my surroundings. Okay, we have about 3 minutes to go. Yo, bro, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? How does the horsey move again? Yeah, yesterday, at the end of yesterday's stream, I was doing some Q&A and I think there were more thought-provoking questions than currently. But it's nice to chill between games. Welcome back to Nordman. Is this a draw on the? Yeah, this was a draw. Um, for those that are maybe new to chess, it's probably one of the like last rules you learn as a chess player. Sure, there's people that maybe know en passant but don't know the 50 move rule. But essentially, if 50 moves pass with no captures and no pawn moves, the game is declared a draw. And I'm pretty sure Lichess and chess.com like auto claim it. In a tournament, though, you have to claim it manually. Welcome back to Moinex. Do you like the Caro Can? I'm always conflicted to say Caro Can or Caro Can. Like Caro Can is the correct pronunciation. I like playing against it. There's a lot of fun lines for white, and it's not an opening I've ever been so inspired to play. Just because there's like so much flexibility for white, and you have to be prepared for a lot of things. But at, at a like at any level, it's still playable. Um, and especially at beginner level, like you get a lot of like positions where it's easy to develop. Um, but yeah, generally I prefer the white side of Caro-Kann. French and Caro-Kann are similar. They're both very playable openings. Just lead to different positions, and sometimes it's a matter of like the style that you prefer. Sometimes French can lead to much more closed structures. What's so bad about getting your prepped leaked? Um, yeah, I mean the stream title is kind of a joke, but there's times where if your opponents know exactly what you play, then they can use very powerful engines to try and find holes and refute your opening repertoire. Okay, back to emote only mode. Opponent doesn't realize their clock is ticking. This happens a lot, like after the break. This happened to me yesterday in Title Tuesday. All right, so we have a Sicilian. Play knight c6. e6. I'll admit I'm kind of just improvising here, but I think this is logical. I'm trying to make b5 work. And maybe something like knight d4. And then take, let's see what white takes back with. Queen b6 is a move. a5 is a move. Huh. Maybe b5 first. To give the square for the bishop. Maybe eventually queen b6. Yeah, I'm thinking king h8 can be useful. The idea is to get off the x-ray vision of the bishop and maybe eventually play f5. It does look a little bit weakening, but it prevents white from playing f5 and like activating the other bishop and rook. And white does have to kind of deal with the fact that e4 is attacked. If takes, I probably take with knight. Take with pawn too. Take with pawn, there's knight e5. Take with knight. The only issue with this is this backward e-pawn. It's not hang a pawn. Rook a7. Position's maybe not that great for me. G4 is going to come. I'm actually wondering about knight e3. Okay, bishop e7. I've achieved the long diagonal. Oh, that's a move. If I take the knight first. Yeah, I'll be down a pawn. Ooh. Difficult position. So a5's hanging. I think I play this and bishop c8. Really not pleasant. I'm just trying to like not lose immediately. Sometimes that's the best you can try in positions like this. There's bishop g5, rook e8. It's really not pleasant. The one hope is that there's counterplay eventually on the c file. If we trade lights for bishops, my rook gets to c8. Pawn's a little bit tender. A knight would love to come to e6 someday. We might see bishop f6 though, which crushes my dreams. Have to play this first. Now I take... Oh, there's bishop f6, wow. Have to try this. Barely holding on. This is desperation. Maybe it's something. There's a funny mating idea. Oh no. Can't believe I did that. Missing easy things. Okay, there's one trick. Is it a draw? Oh my gosh. It's a draw. I didn't even see this. I mean, I saw the stalemate idea, but I didn't see this specific thing. There's no way to king a2, b3. Wow. It's a miracle. King b3 stalemate. King takes b4 stalemate. Rook takes b4 stalemate. King a2, b3. And whatever the king does, it's stalemate. Wow. b3 is only legal move, too. Oh, it's such a miracle. Ah. I was in trouble like most of that game. And then I was close to winning. Like there was a funny mating idea, king c3, rook c2 mate. I mean, a lot of the stalemate traps are like very simple, but this one was a little bit more complex. The idea to play knight e4 like when I played 94, I wasn't anticipating B4. Probably should have been. Maybe like I was just anticipating the structure to just stay the same. I was gonna say, oh no, my knight. But this was a more elaborate way to do it. It seems like white can take it, but oh man. Okay. So, I mean, it's a draw. Standings. So I'm 3 out of 5. So it could be worse. Why is that stalemate? Yeah, it's stalemate because black has no legal moves and it's not check. My pawns can't move and my king can't move. The king is being hugged by white's things. My opponent do something in chat. Oh, my opponent's in the chat. Oh. uh, I feel kind of bad, but it's part of chess, I guess. Oh yeah, good thing Vampire Chicken is here. Gotta put this on the Clips channel. Maybe make a short and put it all over TikTok. Maybe sprinkle in some potatoes too. Um, later I can answer more questions about what I think about the all the leaked prep. I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's just hard to discuss in detail in the midst of a tournament. Next game will be starting soon. The one thing I'm realizing though, if it was like Ding and Report playing training games online, they should have played on chess.com because chess.com doesn't have like a, a godly database that's like easily accessible. You can only search the opening tree based on players and not like all of the online games. And then the other thing that they should have done on Lichess, they should have played unrated because then the unrated games don't make it to the database. I'm pretty sure. Oh, but I saw some thread about them like they may have also been on chess.com because they use the same usernames. But it's still kind of speculation at this point. Um, but it's one of these things, yeah, it's like important these days. When it comes to especially like serious chess prep is making sure that your serious accounts are hidden. Did they really get banned on chess.com for being too good? That would be funny because I mean they probably could have easily got banned on Lichess if they although I'm not sure. Only if they sandbagged. But I think they were just playing against each other. It was probably okay. But a lot of the games like are perfect accuracy. Oh, there's one more game. Ah. Yeah, I'll only turn on emote only when the next game starts. This should be a draw. I mean, from the perspective of Lichess, I don't think there's like much they can or even should do. Um, I guess the thing to understand as a user is that when you play a rated game on Lichess, it can make the database and people can search for it. But I think that's part of their like their terms of service. I know there's all these laws about like data protection, and if you want to remove your data from a site, then they have to delete it. Oh wow, white won a pawn. But when it comes to chess games played, I think those really can't be deleted. White was almost getting mated there. Bishop e6 may have been the only move. There is a good tweet from No Joke, who's one of the Chess admins. He was saying that what they could have done was like basically cloned Chess and then used it like outside of um, the public site. But that would have taken maybe more effort. I think it's still a draw. White's very close to winning though. Because white, you want to put the bishop on e8 and block the rook. But to do that, I don't think white's in time. Although, yeah, whenever you play bishop e8, there's check, and the king's just too close to. Okay. Oh, playing someone close to my rating. Okay. I think this is known to be like a good line for black. But maybe it's okay for white as well. Take 94. If I get the bishop pair. Only issue is like center's opening and I'm not castled. So the goal is to castle as quickly as possible. Wow. G5 is not usually played when black's committed to castling, but it's interesting. I have some ideas of taking and exploiting c7. Okay, that's a good sign. Just play bishop e2. Wow. I mean, at the very least, I take on b8. I think I have this move first. Take, take. Looking at f3. I think I just take on b8 and like play f3 and play this position. It's still a fight. Three result game. Black's kind of overextended, but it's not easy to exploit right away. I'm not sure if I want to be looking for the e4 break or f4 break. I mean, f4 positionally makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I mean, it should guarantee me a long-term advantage. Um, I mean, of course, it's still a fight, but do I even play this? Let's leave some tension. So the king side's basically dead. Because if this, I play this. If this, I play this. And now the play is going to shift over to the queen side. And the question becomes how to actually break through. Let's start by applying pressure. I'm not sure what black's trying to do. Like, oh wow. So I play h3, bishop here, I play this. Okay, let's play this. I mean, I only have one real break, which is b5. Maybe like the eventual a4, a5, a6. Takes, I can always consider this check. Black's never taking. So I'd probably start marching the a pawn. This could be a long game. Wondering about this idea. Eventually get in the check. Doesn't work anytime soon. Okay, so do I play c5? I just don't want to close things down too much. Rook b2 is useful in preparing some double up. Probably makes sense to throw in a5. Let's see if black wants to play a6. Maybe the queen can come to e2 and just have some ideas. Okay, tension is mounting. c5 might be an idea. If I take first, I think it makes sense to take first. A very tense position, especially if c5 is played. Let's go in. Some progress. My king should probably be on f1. Play queen a1. There's like long term, I have to be aware of back rank issues. Wow. So if I take with bishop, really? This does not look good positioning for black. Hmm. And there's rook c5. Okay. Gotta move quicker. Queen c7. This is okay. It gets sharp. Oh no, I just got mated. I thought E3 was defended. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I had to be more careful. What to do? Like on the verge of winning too. Taking is maybe safe. Yeah, taking f4 and then bishop d3. What to do? How how winning was it after e5? Oh, it wasn't completely winning actually. But f4 was idea. If I saw bishop d3, I'd play it. Oh, this is worse for white. Wow, rook d7. Yeah, I guess it's still tricky. It stings because a position like this, it was very low risk. And the one risk I took to try and win, just overlooked this move. Yeah, just too complacent. But here I have to I really have to hunker down. Crazy queen a1's the only move. What if bishop f1, queen e1, queen a2? Rook a8, man. Okay. Well, 3 out of 6. Not the best showing thus far, but okay, we'll try and at least finish with a plus score. Wow, Chris Yu is worse here. Although it should be a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. Okay, final game of the round. Okay. Round 7 starting soon. Let's play e4. I just want something fresh. Taking a break from the London opening. And Ponziani time? Or Stafford Gambit time? A d6 is not a move that title players will usually play. Because it's quite passive. Blocks a bishop. Oh no, my pawn. Yeah, it's a classic trap. Okay, so this is kind of the quintessential development with Ponziani. Play knight d2 first. One issue for black is this bishop can't develop actively. Bishop e6, there's a fork. And there's no bishop g4, of course. I don't want to trade bishops. That was a creative idea, though. It's good the rook was moved from f1. So now one idea is actually to use the light squares on the king side, especially because this bishop is just committed to the queen side. I think I'll start with bishop b3. Because in the event of takes, I'll take and eventually knight g5. Speaking of knight g5, knight d8, wow. Queen f6. h6. I could play queen b1. Just put the queen on a2. h6 is likely to come. Okay, get the bishop pair. So I have f3. Rook d1 first. Okay, there's a trap. If knight e4, I have bishop d5. Maybe still bishop d5. Bishop c6. Okay, trying to clamp down. So I think black played this to try and play knight b8, but then bishop b7 traps a rook. So maybe rook f8 was better. Then e5's coming though. I'm threatening this. Never mind. Okay, a lot of trades. Still a decent position. I like my bishop. It's a wooden shield. g5, wow. That does prevent f4. Okay, I'll start with this. Rook d6 is expected. Tricky, tricky. Queen b3. Queen b3, c4. And then queen g3. Realizing there's an idea like queen g3, rook f1, f4. Okay, so now the pawn is potential strength, potential weakness. I'm not threatening to take. Or actually, I am. No, I'm not. That f4 is an idea. I play e5. E5 is interesting. Leaving the bishop undefended, but hitting the queen. If I take on... Taking doesn't work. Bishop e3 here. It's getting kind of messy. I want to play e6. Which maybe... Yeah, it strikes a punch. The problem is, if takes, I take him with the rook. Otherwise, I'm hitting the pawn. I don't think this works because just e7 and I queen. Takes, takes. Black still has all the same problems. We might see like takes, takes, knight h8. But that should be really good. Like e7, rook e8, rook c3. Okay, so e7. What's the best way to do this? Probably this first. Yeah, threatening this. If blockade, I win the pawn. Oh, but the pawn is hanging. Okay, it should still be a better ending. Rook c7. There's also this move. Let's play rook c7. Wow. I might not win this. It's still better though. Uh, take. G4. I think there's still chances. Because f3 is going to fall eventually. Almost flagged there. I'm going to check and win the pawn with check. Not quite. Uh, ooh. That was risky for black. Now the king is sidelined. Okay, I finally won the pawn on move 85. Checkmate. Endgames are tricky sometimes. I mean, the final position before rook 8 is still a draw. Black can keep checking. Okay. Oh man, some unpredictable finishes this tournament. Had unexpected stalemate, unexpected checkmate. Can feel good. Sometimes it feels bad if you're on the other side of it. Yeah, black fought on well. I thought I was going to win like a bit more easily, but sometimes a dangerous thought to have. So undefeated with a Ponziani so far. Why does the clock say -40? Let's refresh. Usually it's... Oh, there's one more game going. Wow, there's one more game. Who's playing for a win? Probably black. Okay, it's a draw. Oh, there's a question why I couldn't take the pawn sooner. Oh, I can't answer that right now. Oh, there's no break. Is this round 8? Ah, there's a break after round 8. Okay. Stafford Gambit time, because why not? I played the Stafford Gambit in the Olympics. Here we go. Oh, emote only mode. Yeah. Okay. What line are we going to see? Bishop e2 is most common. Bishop e3 is playable. Now here there's a few branches. c3 is the most common move these days. Probably followed by h3. Yeah, we might enter the magical line. So d4 is most common move by far. I played the spring marathon about a week ago, and I was undefeated with Stafford Gambit. And I had a few games that went into this line. This is the magical line. Shout out to Vampire Chicken for discovering / inventing this. Okay, f4 I looked at recently. I think the move is it h4? Or no, it's bishop. Wait a minute. I think it's just bishop e6. Wait. I checked this. Was it no, not queen g6. I think it's bishop e6. I played h4 in the marathon. And I ended up winning, but I should have lost. And there's a few tricks here. Like e5 looks attractive, but after queen g6 is already fine for black. Of course, there's c5 ideas to kind of poke at the center. And this is another trick. It looks really bad for black, but the trick is that now I'm attacking both pawns. I had this once in an over-the-board game in Charlotte. Which actually I filmed, but... Oh, wait a minute. I'm not winning a pawn, though. I have c5. Oh, maybe it's still tricky. Okay, I guess I just... Wait a minute. Maybe it's just good for white. The nature of the Stafford. I think I'll play f5. f5, there. The queen's tied down to g3. If e5, I play this. So white still has all 8 pawns. But at least there's a small hole in the structure. Castle queenside. I really want to play c5 first. c5, d5. c4, there. I think c5 is playable. So I was calculating c4. If queen takes, I win the pawn. If knight takes, I queenside castle. Yeah, it looks really bad and probably is very bad, but okay, at least I've castled before white. Oh, c6 is coming, or c4 is coming. Oh, if I play c6, looks self-destructive. I have this move, b3 and then c6. This is probably very bad for me. So take, 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 take. Yeah, this is just very bad. I got excited for a moment. Might as well take and play king d7 and then try and castle kingside. Because what else to do? Look at these pawns. They're so menacing. Yeah, this move is coming. I do have b5. There's also rook c8, bishop b7. Maybe it's playable. Okay, castling kingside after having castle queenside. Wait, why did I do that? Ah, I played the wrong move first. Oh, I'm so out of it. Okay, let's bring the knight back into play. If I win this game, it'll be a miracle. If I draw this game, it'll be a miracle. Okay, there's still some ideas, although I'm losing more material to play this. Yeah, white's handling this well. So if I take, the queen wants to come the other direction. H5 is going to hit me pretty soon. C5? Yeah, good move. There goes my position. B5 check. Doesn't really help though. Or does it? Where's my stalemate? Stalemate not happening. GG. I thought, I don't know what I thought actually. Maybe White just played a good game. F4 is probably a very fine move. Is there any compensation? So bishop b6. I think I was just losing the whole game. Yeah, I still did what I had to try and do. c5, d5. Yeah, this was not good for me, though. Once white was able to reinforce the pawns. Castling queenside first would be perhaps more of a fight. Okay. The risk did not pay off. I think we have a break coming up. A 6-minute break. Still over 2,600. Lost a little bit of rating, though. B5 check, so good. I was really hoping for a situation. I don't even know, though. I was hoping for a situation like this, where, like, or no. Yeah, even, like, my hopes don't work out. Like, where queen takes pawn and b6, but yeah, it was never working. Welcome to Cameron. Day is going fine. Not my best tournament performance, but trying to have fun. Been mixing up the openings. Played some Londons, played a Ponziani, just played a Stafford. Had some Sicilians as well. Are there games still going this round? Okay, white's winning. Other streams I do play slower chess. I do a decent amount of like slow, instructive, rapid, like 10-minute games. But yeah, this is the format for the Olympic trial is 3+2, so it is a bit faster paced. But there will be future streams where I slow it down and be more instructive and don't have chat in emote only mode during games. Can I explain the poison pawn and the rook ending? Which game was that? Because this game didn't feature a rook ending. Some of these games are from a while ago. Yeah, you might have to tell me the game. Game 7. Oh yeah, game 7. Yeah, I can show that. Um, archive. This one. So the reason why I can't take the pawn, and this is, like, if you're going to study endgames, this is probably one of the first types of endgames you should study. It's just a very basic king and pawn versus king, and understand when one side's winning or when it's a draw. In this case, it's a draw because black gets opposition, and the only way to make progress is to have the pawn lead the way. The way white wins these positions is when the king leads the way and white actually gets opposition. So in this case, this is kind of a classic draw that eventually, if white marches a pawn all the way up, black will go here, and then you can never actually queen the pawn because you get to a position like this where it's essentially zugzwang for white. White either has to lose a pawn or stalemate. And this is probably like the first endgame position to understand. because this is mutual zugzwang, meaning if it's black's move, then white's winning. If it's white's move, then it's a draw. So if you can get to a position like this, then it's winning because after this move, white has opposition, and then the king will go up and the pawn will just queen. And actually, the thing to know about this position specifically is it doesn't matter whose move it is. So even in this case where it's white's move, white's still winning because the timing works out. You can move to the side and then push the pawn, and you get this position where the king has to move. So as black, you do need to be careful still that you don't move back when it's not necessary. You have to keep the king restricted. But yeah, I know like for a lot of players who maybe are relatively newer to chess, this isn't something that you're formally taught or like easily discover so soon. But it's one of these essential endgames that you should know from early on. And yeah, what I just explained applies to positions where there's pawns basically from the G file through the B file. But with rook pawns, those are almost always a draw, as long as the king is close enough to the corner. So if you had this position, oops, yeah, oh, if you had like a position like this and you shifted everything to the H file, there's never a case where white can make a queen. So anyway, going back to the rook ending, I already like understood the fact that if I take the pawn and simplify to the king ending, in most cases it's a draw. So I had to move around for a while. Like even here, like if I check and win the pawn, black's eventually going to get the king to f5 and have opposition. So it took a long time to actually find a moment where I could take the pawn. And this was a moment because when I take here, the king, if black takes, the black king can't get to f5. And after king g5, I'm able to lead the way with the king. And this is winning for whites because you still have to play accurately, but I'll keep the opposition. King moves here, I move up. And I always keep the king in front of the pawn. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it's a way to win a position like this. Do you have any suggestions for making endgame study a little more engaging and less dry? Yeah, it can really help to play out positions like against a training partner, um, and play with a clock too. Like when my coach was teaching me endgames, we would just play things out, and if I made a mistake, I'd get corrected, and that's basically how I learned. And it can work well for like theoretical endings, like checkmating with knight and bishop. Like give yourself a few minutes and see if you can do it, or even like king and rook versus king. Try and do it in less than a minute. Okay, we have a French. I'll play the opening that I played the other day in Title Tuesday against Rustemov. I had one of my like best games in recent memory. Black's playing a little bit differently here, but I don't think it makes a difference. Okay, this is new territory though. B5, F6. Wow. Take. I feel like it's probably the most principled move. And then take on F6. The problem for black is after it takes, I win the pawn. It's not easy to win back. I did concede the bishop pair. This pawn is maybe a weakness, but b4 can come, bishop e3. Yeah, let's start with bishop e3. Probably bishop d4. a nice square, because this pawn is isolated, so kind of nice blockading square. I think I'll just complete development. So it is two bishops versus two knights. Reinforce the pawn. Okay, we'll see if my pre-moves come into effect. Okay. uh, yeah, it still takes work though. Knight f1. Queen f4 is an idea. So let's play queen c3. And I should probably look to just dominate the square. Like maybe I could have played 95 straight away. But the dream is yeah, 95 and f3. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm realizing that yeah, there's no reason for queen c3. But it's still a useful move. After takes, I'll take with rook. Knight defends b1, so there's no rook b1. Right, the bishop pair is not too impressive. Yeah, I was just thinking there's a case where, and we'll probably see it play out. There's a case where rook b1, queen d1 is played, and the king just goes to g3. But I think the king should still be safe on g3. It does look a little bit iffy at first glance. Just have to be ultra careful about getting mated. Okay. Play queen f4. Yeah, this attack is going to be pretty overwhelming. Ooh. I'm taking time here. I mean, looking for the force mate. H5. I think knight f3 is like the easiest move. I was writing queen f8 and this. Okay. All right. That was a nice game. Um, yeah, Black played kind of a strange move order from the French, and I think just got a difficult position. Maybe, although with rook takes, bishop g5 happens, and I'm still eventually winning the pawn. Why emote only? Yeah, it's one of the requirements that if you're going to stream this tournament, because it's like a very official event, it's just kind of a fair play measure. I mean, generally when I play serious events, I don't look at chat, but yeah, in this case, it's enforced. Did I have a fork with 96? I did. The bishop was tasty as well. This is actually a pork because it's a pin and a fork. Okay. Yeah, this is a much longer event than Title Tuesday because the rounds just take longer to finish. Let's watch Coast. Oh, Kostya's done. Chris Yu. Okay, Chris Yu trying to win. It looks like Black has a fortress, so. But maybe the king can help out. Was Queen f6 mating? At that point, like there were a lot of winning options. But yeah, I may have missed a more efficient mate. Yeah, this should be a draw. Because I'm pretty sure as black, you can just you can put the king on h8 and just pre-move. Although then, so white wants a situation where when the rook comes to e5, there's a sack. Oh, we're seeing it play out. Yeah, it's only winning try for white. And then we're going to see the g5 break. But is it winning? Another example of endgames. It is winning because h6 is coming. Or is it? Because king g8. Wow, what's happening? No, it should be winning. Or is it? It is. Okay. Endgames are so tricky. Okay, I guess there's a few games, maybe not. Okay. So this is a second to last round, round 10. Back to emote only. Um, do I feel like I need to redeem my Stafford Gambit after that previous game. It's a big risk though. But I'm not in the running for any top spots, so might as well have some fun. I'm actually not so happy to see this line because if King G1, I have to repeat. Like, there's no other way to not against a title player. But King E3 or King F3, then we'll have some fun. I'm kind of sad. At least I get a nice long break. I played this in the marathon the other day, and I played knight G3. My opponent quickly played rook D2 or rook H2, and then I got like instant checkmate. Uh, draw. Okay. Uh, yeah. If you want to draw me when I play the Stafford, this is one way to do it. Not happy about it. But at least I didn't lose with the Stafford this time. And now there's time to chill. Let's see who's leading the tournament. Chris Yu. Big tie for second. So Jospin against Chris Yu. We'll tune into. And I'm gonna take a small break. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm just realizing I have to update the merch command. This Norway code is a little bit outdated. Commands, edit, merch. I have no idea what's happening in this position. Time-wise, position-wise. It seems like a 3-result game. Welcome back to MAGMAchess. Happy 9 months. I think I'm due for some duck chess. Like that might be a nice way to calm down after this tournament. I was talking about it yesterday, how I haven't played duck chess in a while. I'm keeping alerts muted, at least for the duration of the tournament. But after the tournament, I can turn them back on. Chess should have a private mode to play games with friends without leaking anything. Yeah, this was addressed on Twitter. I can try and find the tweet. So it's this tweet. Also, I don't want to cover the game though. Once this game finishes. Wow, anything can still happen. If anything, White's probably a little bit better because it's like take and take, right? Wow. But White's losing. Oh, there's Rook F6 though. But then Bishop C8. Oh, thank you, Pawn Garden. Appreciate the bits. White's playing for a win. Up a pawn. If Jospin wins, he leapfrogs Chris Yu. This pawn is a potential weakness. Wow. This and this are threats. It's possible Black could be playing for a win now. Rook A3? Not sure why Rook A3 wasn't played. It's incredible that Black should have been much worse, but now... Okay, it should be equal though, I think. It's still a 3-result game. Although Black is probably for choice. But I don't know, the knight can be tricky in these situations. Okay, Chris Hugh trying to win. Actually, it looks like he has good chances now. So knight didn't have a great square. Oof. Yeah, d3 is coming. King d2, rook a8. This is GG. Rook check, bishop d1. D3. Wow. What a game. Yeah, so this is a tweet that Lichess sent out. According to the first free software freedom, it's possible to use the program for private purposes. So what they could have done was self-host Lichess, because all the code is open source. But yeah, maybe that would have taken some knowledge. Thank you, Body Owl. Did White attempt stalemate? Not really, I don't think. It was just a funny. I don't know what this final move was. Okay, final round starting soon. Would Nepo have used the leak? Um, yeah, generally when you're preparing, especially for one player, you want to try and accumulate all the possible information you have about your opponent. But it's unclear like how soon he could have known about it. Okay, playing Golichenko. Do I play Stafford Gambit again? The first game I lost. Second game I drew. Oh, it's d4. Okay. Oh, it's Jobava London. Maybe. Bishop f4. There we go. I have a new move here, or new move in the e4 line. With the e3 line, I'll play this. A6 is important, because if knight c6, there's knight b5. So this is a very typical Carlsbad structure. Trying to get the minority attack. I think I'll play queen. Queen g5. So we both have the outpost squares. E4 is now a potential outpost square as well. Hmm. Start with a4. Not sure, but it's going to be a maneuvering game. Okay. F5. F5 is maybe playable. Take. Let's try F5. Ideas to secure E4. And this could close down very quickly. Like G5, for example. Okay, now C3 is a long-term target. Huh. Your rook here. Just so there's no fork potential. Just as I say that, though, maybe I should have prevented knight d7 entirely. Although it's probably not a great maneuver. Okay, what if I play rook? There. Try this. So I'm calculating takes, rook here, and then g6. And even if this happens, I play king g7, defend the pawn, shift at h-file. White could still just close things down entirely. And then, I mean, it probably should be a draw there, but it could be a very long game as well. Ooh. So what about queen h7? Aligning with the king. Hmm. Still a lot of tension. I have a fork. I guess I'll go for the fork. Only problem is there's not many files. We could trade and open a file. Okay, I want to play this and this. Or blunder a pawn and open a file. Not good. I already smell it though. I already kind of smell it. Just have to be careful here. No! Ah. Oh, I wanted a stalemate trap. Okay. It was not meant to be. Good game though. Very tense position. I'm not sure if white blundered or maybe that was like a very deep exchange sacrifice. Because knights were just better than rooks here. I probably should have just moved back. It was a better practical decision. Anyway, okay, not my best first showing. I scored 50%, lost a little bit of rating, but had some fun games. The most memorable game was probably that unexpected stalemate from kind of middle of the tournament. So I'm probably gonna wrap things up, although I can try and answer final questions. I maybe missed some things earlier. Also want to say thanks to Vash TS for the 27 months. What opening was that? That was more of yeah, this is Jobava London, but it resembled kind of like an exchange Caro-Kann. I mean, eventually we got a structure. This is known as a Carlsbad, where white is missing an e-pawn, black is missing a c-pawn. So I went for the typical plan, but yeah, white played well. If you had to guess, how many total lines do you have memorized? Well, I guess what defines a line? It might be easier to speak in terms of moves, but even then, it would be hard to estimate. Probably well over 1,000, at least moves, because there's a lot of openings that have stuck in memory over the years. I can see. Yeah, the engine will say it was equal for a while. Maybe at some point I was better. But it's so tricky. And let's see this moment. So black's much better. So I'm supposed to take the rook, but I'm probably not supposed to blunder a pawn. My b5 was just hanging. It's just scary though. Best move is to take, but then it opens a file. White gets there quicker. Yeah, if there are questions asked earlier, I may have missed them. Sometimes chat doesn't save everything. Oh, I see the question from Geki Claus. Saying what would be the optimal next type of endgame to master? Ah, um, Yeah, I mean, king pawn endings are a good one to start with, and then of course knowing how to checkmate with king and rook and king and queen. But there's also like two different categories of endgames. There's theoretical endgames that are basically positions that are solved. There are positions with so few pieces, there's an optimal way to play those positions. And then there's strategic endgames, which have a few more pieces that require a bit more like planning and strategy. Um, so it's good to kind of have a balance between like the kind of must-know theoretical endgames and then also how to play endgames that maybe don't have a clear solution. There's a book, Silman's Endgame Course, and it's a nice book in terms of organized information because it breaks down endgames in terms of what you should know for every rating level. Dvoretsky's manual is probably for like at least 2000 plus. It's a pretty well known book, but it's very heavy material. How long have you played tennis? I remember taking classes when I was like 4 years old, and then I took a long break and came back to it, like kind of in my early teens, maybe like 12 or 13. These days I play for fun. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap things up. Congratulations, Chris Yu. I think the top four will fight for a spot in the next stage. So, in the meantime, okay, I'll send a raid to a streamer who I raided a few days ago, and then I actually stayed and like did puzzle battle. This is Zefcat, or not puzzle battle, puzzle racer. It was fun to play on chess. Looks like she's doing some kind of chill, rapid puzzles, etc. Yeah, the book is called Silman's Complete Endgame Course. Pretty sure it's linked. I should have a books command. Is it linked on my site? Here's my recommendations. Yeah, this one. If you click through my link, I get like a very small commission, like Amazon affiliate link. Oh no, my connection. I haven't used forward chess. I know what it is, but I usually prefer like chess study or chess base just for studying material. So anyway, thanks again everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. There's actually a Hikaru like King of the Hill tournament tomorrow for money. So stay tuned for that. It'll be, I believe, 11 a.m. Central Time. So see you guys then.